figure it out. Not gonna hang my head in shame, not gonna hide myself away, not me no way. I'm stepping out, I say goodbye to darker days, not gonna sabotage my fate. Not me no way, no more holding back now. I'm in my flow. You won't see me back out now that I know. Free to be me. Now hear me. I'm free to write my story.
What can I do with what I have and where I am right now? How can I turn my biggest weakness into my greatest strength? How can I show up in my power?
What anyone else thinks of me is none of my business. What anyone else thinks of me or how I speak is really none of my business. What anyone else thinks of me is none of my concern.
Something I learned in this is just when you want to do something, if you've got the vision, that's like possibly the most important thing that you could have is the vision, and hold on to that vision, because that's basically what I had.
2017, I was 27 and I tried to commit suicide.
I booked the stage, but I told them that I've got a performance. I've got these, this vocal group, all people that stutter. Didn't have a song, didn't have performers, but I booked the date.
I used to feel quite exhausted at the end of the day. But one thing that really gave me a sense of relief from it was my music. So the only way I'm going to get something out of this is to go for it and to risk it and to be exposed and be vulnerable and just give it a go. And then you realise all the things that you miss out on if you don't do it.
There will always be people, I think, who are unpleasant about stammering, but I think that it's worth just trying to educate people who want to learn.
Aoife came round to my place for a writing session. I had this rehearsal coming up that same Thursday. I think we were like 2 days away. Yeah, Aoife started laying down these lyrics and just really caught the flow. We had a good chat about stuttering and about my connection, how I felt when I stuttered. She just totally caught it. We locked in and that session was just on fire. You know, we got the whole track done. We wrote the whole thing. Here we are in the pre-production suite, also known as my living room. Our third songwriter, Mr. Pippo de Palma, is helping with the chord arrangement to really bring the song to life. When we go into the studio next week, we will have everything ready and Nick knows exactly what we're trying to do. Check. Last part. Just finish with this. Okay, let's try these new chords. You won't see me back out now that I know. So I'd been to the British Stammering Association conference in 2018 to work with people that stutter, and I thought what better way than to create some music. The song's not just about people that stammer, it's about just breaking free from any shackles that you might feel that you have, and you know the idea is that, you know, they're not real, they're just kind of just in your mind. And now I've got this funding from Arts Council and it's like wicked. We can really do what I've always wanted to do, which was get these guys in the studio and record this thing properly.
So I'm totally not a keys player, but that's the magic of being able to take your time with it. I think that's... Now hit me, I'm free. Check with your bass. That's what we want. Back to the... Okay.
I've got to figure out exactly who's doing what. Choir 2, Pete, Angie. Ayo on the bass, Pete on choir 1. Chris, where's Chris going?
You know, when you have to read around the class.
And the whole, you know, the whole kind of reading aloud in class.
If ever you were asked to read in class.
It was just my biggest fear. It was terrible.
Like that was one of the worst things to experience in school, because you don't actually pay attention to what you're reading. All you're thinking is like, oh my God, it's my turn next. Oh, when is it going to be me? What's it going to be like?
In primary school, say, and teacher would get you to read out one sentence each.
I was stuttering, but this time I was actually making sounds, but I was just stuttering, like stuttering everywhere. And that moment I will never forget, because I looked across the room and I saw a close friend of mine, Vanessa, and she was staring right into my eyes.
And they would pick off the kids and I could see it coming round to me.
And all I could see in her face was like despair or just embarrassment of me or of the situation.
I could feel my heart in my throat.
I would then go, right, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people, so I'm going to read 7 sentences down the page just so that I knew which sound I had to start on.
I also remember when we used to say the register, just waiting for your name to be called, because you didn't know if you were going to be able to say yes miss when your name was called.
In fact, I left school at 16. I was set to go on and do A-levels at 6th form, but I couldn't face the idea that I might have to read aloud in class again, so I actually left school at 16 because of my stammer.
My name, Danny. What's your name? I just get stuck on the D, just literally trying to force it out, but you know, it just wouldn't vocalize.
There was someone in my school, they said to me, oh, you can't read because you're stupid, because you're from a different country. I just took that because the shame around stammering is so deep. I would rather that they thought that of me than me just saying, well, actually, you know, the reason why I stumble when I read is because I have a stutter.
This is my life now. This is my journey. No more holding back. No more looking backwards. The only path I see is in front of me. It's okay to be myself. It's okay to be Ayo. I have nothing to hide. No more guilt. No more shame. And I'm not hiding anymore. It's time to be me. It's time to be free. I'm free now. I'm just human like everyone else, and I deserve to have my voice heard. It's my time. My name is Ayo. My name is Ayo. My name is Ayo. It was December 2017. I was 27 years old. I had finished university a few years prior, did jobs I didn't want to do for a long time, and it just had came to a point just before Christmas that I thought there's no point in going on. I was in my house by myself in my kitchen, and I had some tablets, and just in that moment I just thought, let's end it. I took about 10 paracetamol pills, and just to make sure, I began to move and walk towards my local train station, because I thought that would be a far quicker job. It was just a crazy moment. But at that same time, I heard another voice telling me, this is not the way to go out. There is another way. I heeded that voice, and I found a program I had never found before on my previous searches. So I don't know what it was fate, it was destiny, God, I don't know, but I found something different, and it gave me a little bit of hope. I had to wait 5 more months to get on that program, so I had to make a decision there and then. And thankfully, the voice telling me to wait was louder, was more powerful, was more stronger than the voice telling me to end my life. So thank God those pills were not enough to take me out. I joined this program, which totally transformed the way I saw myself. And I started a charity so I can have more of an impact and help other people who have the same problem as I do.
So my name is Suzana Kalcic. I've stuttered since I was a child, since I was like very young. So originally I'm from Croatia, and back then it was known as the former Yugoslavia, and there was a war there, so we had to leave, and that's how we came to the UK. So coming to the UK at a young age, you know, for those reasons, and then having to learn a new language and a new culture, I think probably triggered things again, because then I sort of would notice myself in primary school. I would stutter here and there, but I think when you're a child, you kind of think, well, it's okay as a child, people, you can get away with it. And then I think it just kind of gradually got worse as I got into secondary school, because there you've got, like, you know, like being a teenager is hard enough, you know, and then you have all these challenges of not being able to speak in a controlled way and how you want to.
My stammer is not a barrier to my success. I just want to say the words that are in my head. My stammer is not a barrier that will hold me back. Why should people treat me differently to everyone else? It's not how I say something, it's the words I want to say. My name is Claire, I'm 29. I've been stammering since the age of 5. My first experience of my stammer was when I was 5, and I was in the kitchen talking to my mum about pop music, naturally. And then all of a sudden, I couldn't get the words out. And it was the strangest feeling, because until that time I could have spoken as freely as I wanted. I could have said anything that I wanted at any time that I wanted. I just thought that it was nothing, you know, and it would go. And then 24 years later, 25 years later, here I am. All of a sudden, it became a struggle, and that rather set me back. It was something that scared me because it was something different, it was a change. And from that point on, I've always sort of had that fear of, will I be able to finish this word, this sentence, this conversation? I went to university to study French. There was a large emphasis on the French speaking part, and for my third year I had to teach French and English in a French school for about 9 months, and it was the worst experience of my life. My stammer was the worst that it had ever been. There came a breaking point where my mental health was at an all-time low because of that, and I just was sick and tired of not being able to say the things that I wanted to say.
As long as I'm not avoiding speaking situations, life isn't passing me by. When I truly do not care what other people think of my speech, I reach an amazing level of freedom. Avoidance is non-negotiable. My stutter isn't holding me back, I'm holding me back. Stop holding back. Avoidance is non-negotiable. My name is Christopher Jackson. I've had my stutter ever since I can remember, to be honest. I can't really remember a time where I didn't stutter. No one person who stutters is the same, and no one has the same fears or the same feared words or the same feared situation. If you struggle with your speech, the worry is not whilst you're in the speaking situation. The worry can come from the day before, the week before. As soon as you wake up in the morning, you may have chest pains from anxiety. It will affect you from the moment you wake up. You're thinking about whatever speaking situations you may experience that day, and the anticipation is building more and more fear, which is creating more and more self-doubt on your ability to speak, and eventually the self-doubt on your ability to speak is what causes you to block more often than not. So it's a whole lifestyle of panic. It's not that easy, it's not that simple. It's just a life of constant worry. Am I going to be able to get married and find a girlfriend who will want to marry me? Am I going to be able to get a job that I actually want, rather than just get a job that I have to do because I feel like I'm lucky to have a job? Am I going to be able to teach my children things if I have children? Am I going to be able to read them a bedtime story? Will my kids have a stutter? All these crazy worries can go through your mind just because you're panicking constantly about having a stutter. I've been very fortunate to have a very supportive family around me that has allowed me to push myself and given me the courage to really go above and beyond what I ever thought would be possible.
Thursday, into the studio. Nick is going to play those drums live. Start piecing this thing together.
So I'm putting a few towels on some of the drums just to deaden them and make them a bit thuddy, dampening. Let's try that.
So we're at Tileyard Studios now, studio day 1. It's going amazing. We're in a beautiful place right now. The elements of the song are just marrying and working together.
Is that better? That works better? Okay.
It's a real process, you know, you just got to work through it. I always find that you've just got to keep walking and find it, even though you might be in a place of uncertainty, and that definitely happened this morning. You know, we were sitting there trying to find the right groove for the drums and the bass, and you know, the drum grooves were kind of like much more kind of lively, like driving drums, like that kind of thing.
Okay, let's try it. I'm doing half of it now. Let's try again, one more. Yeah? So half the amount of lifts in the chorus. I think so, yeah.
You know, we spent quite a lot of time on trying to find the right drum groove, and it ended up being like super simple, lots more space, and now the bass is just like sitting with it perfectly.
Should we have a listen? Let's have a listen to that. I like that one loads. Yeah.
My name is Pete Scott. Not just a speech thing, it does, you know, affect you. It's much less there than it kind of used to be, but it's always there, sort of thing, if that makes sense. It's always there, it'll always be there. I'm a lifelong musician, so to have the chance to do something, the aim of which is to raise awareness of stammering, which is a thing that I also feel very strongly about. It just seemed like it's a marriage made in heaven. Felt that it was, there was kind of something wrong with me. I felt my voice was somehow broken and didn't work properly. Yeah, I mean, I'm 54 now and I don't remember ever not having a stammer. So I think I've stammered my whole life. Not being able to say what I wanted to say, which, essentially is what it is really. For years and years and years, I hated the sound of my own voice. Now in kind of adult life, I've learned to enjoy rather than hate. When I was growing up in the 70s, it was quite a taboo subject and nobody really spoke about it that much. So it seemed to me that it was a bad thing. A great deal of anxiety and fear and, just not good things really. I became a kind of walking thesaurus because you've always got to find a word that means the same as the word that you think you can't say. Even though you're doing that, you're not saying exactly what you want to say when you want to say it, and that kind of becomes quite exhausting after a while. Have quite a profound sort of effect on you, because then you, in order to justify not speaking, your mind kind of tricks itself in a way into, and it says, oh, maybe what you had to say wasn't that, good anyway, sort of thing. So, you justify not kind of speaking by telling yourself that you didn't have a lot to say anyway. The more you start to believe that, so you just become more and more, insular and withdrawn. Self-esteem kind of drops.
I have so much to say. I'm strong, I have no fear, I just need to be proud. I mustn't be frightened. I just got to take it and run with it. I need to be me. I need to be me. My name is Angie Louise Elder. I know that it was there at primary school, but it didn't feel so in the way. As you get older, people start to look into that and they judge you and they take what you give out as a reflection of who you are. So I felt a little bit unexplained to a lot of people when I got to secondary school. I think that was the hardest. Taunting, making fun, mocking, people making fun of you, trying to just join in, whispering behind their backs, giggling, as you walk past, pointing, that's the one who can't talk properly, I loved it when my music came to the front, because I could hide behind my music a bit. I remember one day when I stepped up to do a song in assembly and I played the piano, and I think it was a Madonna song, and I just wanted to do something because someone said, would anyone like to do something in assembly? And I just said yeah, and I surprised myself, but I knew it was something I had to do. And after that assembly, quite a few different people came up and spoke to me who never did before, so that was quite amazing. And the one thing they said was, you don't do your thing when you sing. Why is that? And I didn't have an answer. Maybe they saw me differently. Maybe it made them think, twice about what they were doing was fair or not. It made a difference when I showed them who I was through my music. I think as I grew more confident with my music at school, it just kind of got less and less and less and less. I kind of at that point decided that actually I really didn't care what anyone else thought, and I know what I've got to offer. And whether you want to accept that or not is your issue, not mine. But it just gradually went away. And now I don't have much of an issue at all. Sometimes people don't believe it because I'm quite a confident speaker.
Again. 1 second, Nick.
Sure.
I think so. Bit of a run around. We're doing this. For me, it's like the kind of the sound of hope. You can do it. So nice.
Really, really good.
I'm getting funky. Everybody. I'm getting funky. Come on. Figure it out. Not gonna have my head in shame.
We like that, Nick?
That was great.
Cool.
Yes.
Come on. Next step is setting up the vocal sessions with Dorthe in Denmark and really preparing the singers for that. But what a wicked day. If you're able to just sing your heart out wherever you are, awesome. Wicked. All right, so Dorthe, I'm just going to hand it straight over to you.
So you breathe in and breathe out. It sounded really crazy, like a sample thing.
And this is like in your deep one, you're like, ooh, ooh. Really good. Yeah, you can do it down there, really. Wow, that's good. It's like the first one is here, and then you go down, so you say, not me. Just as
Not me.
yeah. And then no way.
No way.
Oh, okay. It's a bit weak there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, but very clear still in the high notes there.
Okay. And again, up there. Where?
Yeah. I jumped one up now, so. So beautiful.
Where would you breathe during that line?
No more holding back now. After now, I would breathe. I would say, no more holding back now. I'm in my flow.
Figured it out. Not gonna hang my head in shame. Not gonna hide myself away. Not me no way. I've been in a studio before, but I've never been behind the mic, you know.
Oh.
So I see mixed and how the producer makes it and how the sound engineer works and all that kind of stuff. But it's a bit nerve-wracking that I'm going to be on that side of the mic this time.
Yeah. And what if you sing it on the O? So oh, like that. Yeah. You feel prepared for recording, and that's great.
Yeah.
I think it will be very good. You have a beautiful voice, and okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hi.
Since I was young, I just thought, okay, I can't sing, that's it. So I never did anything with it, you know?
Yeah.
Here's day one.
Here we are.
Yeah. When this project came along, it was one of those things like I really want to do it, but a part of me was just like, yeah, but you can't sing. Like, well, what do you think you're doing? It's definitely got me out of my comfort zone, which is exciting, you know. I feel a little bit nervous. I'm trying to get my breathing right to make sure that you're breathing from your abdomen and not high up in the chest. Not me, no way. Was that okay? Closer? Okay. Yeah, I feel like it's almost easier to do it without the music. You won't see me back out now that I know. Just a little bit higher, I think. You won't see me back out now that I know. Yeah, it's getting better, yeah. Like quite kind of softer and breathier. This is my show. Okay. I'm free. Okay. Yeah, all right.
Okay, we're going to try one more thing.
All right then. I'm free. Is it okay? All right, okay.
So we did a ooh instead of a ooh. What did we do wrong? It was the... Shall we have a listen? Sorry. I had in my head I was counting 4 again. That was stupid. Sorry. And I was looking at the floor. Also, I'm noticing that I'm buzzing my lips as well because it's quite loud. I'm getting that thing, so I need... Does that come out too much, or is it adding... Are there any little higher bits you want me to do so I can get out of my boots? Am I going too high? No. Is that where I'm going? You won't see me back out now that I know. Up there. Ooh. I think I'll stop there. Sometimes you can do too many. Thank you. Cool. Ha ha ha. It's good fun. Thank you.
Cool.
Yes, yeah. So this is the outro section.
Yeah, you've got...
So just repeat.
It's the same again.
A little bit of a gap, and then you've got...
Ah, the wrong part. All right, and again. Yeah, I've got it. I'm coming in a bit late with that last note for some reason. Okay, that's good. Cool. Higher, good lord. All right, let's see how we go. I'll shatter the glass in a minute. Free, damn! Free! Not there. It's a bit squeaky like a mouse. This may come as a shock to you, but it's not. I'm not in my comfort zone up there. I'm free to be me. Now hear me. I'm free to write my story. That felt a bit better. So my story. Yes. I'm stuck. I can't. Somebody get me down. I'm done. Bye.
That's awesome, Claire.
Yay! I was quite scared by the silence. I thought that might have been. Sorry, I don't know what I'm doing. I find it very difficult to memorise notes. Can't hit the keys. Apart from that, I'm smashing it. Cool, thank you.
Flown in from Sweden, Stockholm, that's where I'm living now. So it was a few hours flight. It's not too bad, and I'm really happy to be here. Let's get to it.
Same 2 notes again now. Da, da. It's the same as your first 2.
Well, you never gave up on me. Thank you. Hopefully that's the hardest part. I try to have some fun, yeah. All right. Gotta pretend I'm in the shower. My story. Sorry. Can we do that again? I'm a singer. Yeah. Can I do some ad-libs? I said I'm free. Hey, yo. All right, that's cool. All right, thank you. That was a brilliant experience. I love it. It feels amazing. I'm buzzing. I don't think I can sing that well, but Danny pulled it out of me. He just said, believe in yourself, just follow my direction, just keep going, keep persevering, and I've got everything down, and I just feel great because I achieved something that's gonna like help other people find their voice and believe in themselves. So it's awesome being in this environment right now. The bass, I never knew I had the ability to go down that low, so that was awesome. So now I can practice in all my ranges and improve.
What an amazing day. Yesterday we did the personal interviews and it was deep. I don't know, it's a real thing to digest. It's emotional. It's beautiful is what it is. I just feel, can I say proud? Yeah. Today we have Mr. Chris Jackson in the studio. Chris has been on quite a journey through this whole process. He keeps on saying to me, Danny, are you sure that you want me to sing the lead? Because there's other actual singers in this group. And I'm just like, yes, Chris, it's you.
I'm in control and it liberates my soul, flying above the status quo. I've let it go. You won't see me back out now that I know. Yeah, I'm beginning to loosen up a bit, Danny. Nice. Beginning to.
We can hear that in here.
To be honest, I'm quite surprised like how comfortable you get quite quickly. On the way here, I was nervous.
The more you believe in your voice, Chris, the better you're going to be. He's rocking it.
I'm in control and it liberates my soul, flying above the status quo. I let it go. I'm in the zone. I let it go. I'm stepping out. I say goodbye to darker days, not gonna sabotage my fate. Not me, no way, no more holding back now. I'm in my flow. When I first walked in, I was very nervous. Everyone's been really supportive, it's all new to me. Everyone's been really encouraging.
Three, 2, 1.
Figure it out. Not gonna hang my head in shame. Not gonna hide myself away. No me no way. I'm stepping out. I say goodbye to darker days. Not gonna sabotage my fate. Not me, no way. No more holding back now. I'm in my flow. You won't see me back out now that I know. I'm free, free to be me. Now hear me. I'm free, free to write my story. I'm free to be me. Now hear me. I'm free.
I said I'm free.
I'm free to be me. Now hear me. I'm free to write my story.
We've formed now this tribe. Now they are believing in themselves as well. They know what they're capable of. They've been in the studio, they've heard the track and they're like, wow, was that us? There's more music to be made. Peace.
If you just say there's nothing that can help me, well then there won't be anything that can help you because you're already saying, I'm a shut shop.
If you hide something all the time, it just becomes this big sort of unknown, scary monster, you know. As soon as you drag it out into the light, you kind of think, actually, it's not much, is it? It's just that. That's not a big deal, you know. It's like the Wizard of Oz, you know. You whip back the curtain, it's just, you know, some old man with some levers, you know. It's not the Wizard of Oz at all. It's sort of a bit like that, really.
I can't live like this anymore. Like, I can't live in this limited box.
If I want to say something, I'm going to say it.
What you really have to remember and what you have to realise is it's not the stutter holding you back, it's you holding yourself back. And if you look and if you research many successful people in life who have had a stutter as well, you'll realise that that is the case. You are holding yourself back and you do have the ability to make massive progress and achieve pretty much anything you want in life, even though you have a stutter.
Stuttering, man, it's not fun. But it is what it is.
And if it takes me longer than other people, then fine, so be it. But I'm going to make sure that I'm heard.
There isn't like a one-size-fits-all way. That was the chair, by the way, not me, that squeak. There's nothing to be afraid of, and there's nothing to fear. It's all up here.